said. Somebody was watching my live last night and asked that they a typewriter. No, I do not have a typewriter at all. I've actually never had a typewriter. All right, give me a moment. Getting things set up. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is the doll I was working on last night. Now, she has a bent arm. Yep. I had to finish my cell phone. The battery died out. One straight arm and then one curved arm. This is the outline of her face. Isn't that adorable? Yes, we got a new look coming. So we're going to have some dolls with this type of face. That's going to be so cute. Anyway, so she's shaped like this. Yes, look at some hair. All right, ladies, girls on. So this one, I have her. And no face yet. Don't worry, it's coming. We're going to give her a similar face as so is, and also this one. Okay, so two have articulated arms, one doesn't. But I have these three. The bodies are complete. And who is that? Oh my gosh. Okay. So this one's cute. Her arms are not bendable. I made them straight. The original pattern was made for the dolls to have straight arms like this. They were made to be straight originally, and this was something that I added myself. Excuse me, not trying to show my footsies, but anyway, it happens sometimes. So yeah, I'm about to work on the third one. I'll see what happens with her because I'm trying to decide if I want my doll to just have a straight arm. Now, it is soft enough where you can bend it. It's firm. And so yeah, but this arm is made to be bent. It's made that way. I don't know. I'm playing around with these girls and trying different things and seeing how everything turns out. All right, so here we are with our yarn. That's going to be hair. These are our colors. I gotta get my yellow yarn because I am going to have a little busy bee. I'm going to have a bee, a bee, a bee, a bee. All right. These. So, and then we got our cute little hair bows. Okay. So we got a variation of things. Now, for the ones with this color hair, basically, I'm going to be making some dresses. The dresses are going to be two kinds of plaid. The dress will be plaid, purple plaid, and this color of ruffle when I make the dresses. The other style is going to be this type of a plaid dress and this colored pink for the ruffle. Um, Let me see what else is, okay, that's more fabric. Okay, so with these set aside, let me see, these colors go great with the purple. And also, so that this color goes great with this mix, but it also goes good with the pink colors as well, including this also. So with mixing, doing hair. So, and with that being said, let me set this one over there. This color is a good hair color with these. This yarn can mix with this. Also the white, but I think, let me see. This shade can go with this, but I'll be mixing these three together. Possibly with some white, not sure yet. I have to wait when I start doing hair and figure it out. So, they are the colors that I have mostly for the dresses. So these girls are going to have plaid. I'm getting ready to sew another one. So I have four. So that's what we got cut out. Right here, somebody saw something else that I have a typewriter. I'm here looking around. That's not it. That stuff I gotta go through to get rid of. I do have a record player, but that's it. So I have no idea what they saw. And back here on my little table I'm working on, we got all that. So I don't know what Miss Miller saw, but let's go ahead and set my camera in. It's charged right now for the moment. All right. Let me get my light cut on. There we go. Okay. Shift that, move that over. So camera set up. Okay. Great. Now let's get started. I am going to have to redesign the pattern because I think I'm going to make it more like as you see, as I was sewing, sorry, as I was drawing around the pattern, the template is a template pattern. I was making adjustments with the sizes, the shape of the hand. So I am going to redesign the pattern, keep it basically like this, but just tweak it. Why is my computer going out? Hold on. All right, let me close all of that out. Now come back in. Oh, my update. My computer decided it wanted to update. Hate that. Lovely, just lovely. All right, go to my account. Here we go. Right. Here we go. Let's get her started. And then what number? Okay, number 1. The smallest stitch possible. Do these curves. I try and do what I call a little combination of a cloth doll and a fashion doll combined. Is where they both come together and have a meeting and become one. Now, there are so many things that I can do with my style pattern. And what I can do is I can sew and do like the imprint of fingers on the pattern. I can also do more soft sculpting with the thread that I have. I can also use gesso on faces to get more realistic looking painting. There's just the possibilities are just never ending as long as you know what you're doing. This is what it's like when you're working with a small size doll and a very small stitch. How many of you like the sound of a sewing machine? Some people find it relaxing. All right. While I was out today, I went ahead, I got some new scissors. Okay, let me double check my stitching. Okay, I can just peel that off. Oh, see, that's why I have to make more. I use wax paper for my patterns and I iron it on, then I can peel it off. That's why it's time to make a new one. So there's her arm. It's already pre-sewn. So this is what it means with a template. You sew where you write on the fabric. Usually patterns give you more of a allowance that's bigger to do one. So with this pattern, like with the hand, you can always sew in between here to do like fingers. I don't. I kind of like this look for this particular set of this doll that I designed and made. I like the simplicity of her. I don't know. I guess that's just where I'm at the moment with my creating and designing. I like the simplicity of the beauty. Now I have changed my daisy that I did. I will not be painting like that for any other of the dolls that I have made. So none of these dolls will be getting that type of face paint. I'm going to do an absolute completely different style for the rest of these. Okay, So now that's been cut out. I'll turn it inside out in a few moments. Got up my scrap, set aside. So I'm going to show you the face. The rest of my dolls are going to go in this direction with the face. There we go. So that's why I mark it. Now, if you notice, I've already changed the shape of the doll's face. That changed shape of the head, I mean. So the shape of the head, she now has a more prominent jawline where you see her chin, the jaw. The face is going to be more sweet and rounded. And this is going to be kind of the look. I'm going to use a mix of those black ink pens. Well, they're not ink pens, but they're pens for they're permanent pens for writing on fabric that's waterproof. So I will be accenting this with those black fabric pens, and we will be adding color with some paint and some pencils. So this is the look I'm going with the rest of my dolls. Imagine this doll with freckles, with red hair. That would be adorable. But at this very moment, I'm working with fantasy. I'm doing a fantasy look for these four. All right? Now, limited edition of $4 of each style. That's it. Because I'm not a store. God knows I can't do that. Too much. Too much for me to keep up with. So, why am I doing this now? Easy. I have to have um, a medical procedure, and I had to pay out of pocket, and I don't have the money for it. So my insurance covers pretty much all of it. So, but I have to get the money up for the rest. So I'm going to make dolls for donations to cover medical expenses. But I'm also making one to keep for myself. I have a backpack coming in. So my backpack I will be using to go to doctor's appointments and things like that. Overnight hospital stays. So I am making myself what I call an emotional support doll. That with that. So why is my computer keep bugging out? So I can keep up with everything. All right, there we go. The new Monster High dolls have made it here. The real, and I have them. Oh well, not all of them, but anyway, not open yet. So dolls I make, dolls that I'm selling on eBay for my personal collection, that will be going toward medical expenses. Okay, we gotta go around the thumb. What, Dixie? Hmm? Say hello. Say hello. Okay. I want to say thank you to all of you for the likes in my lives. I thank you so much. You're showing me that you like this kind of content that I'm doing, and that the shares and everything. So they are noticed and appreciated. And the new subscribers. She finds this entertaining, everyone. Yes. I like this gooseneck. But yeah, last night my cell phone, it needed charging, and I didn't get to it in time. All right, my cat is all in front of the camera. She wants you to see how clean she is. She had a bath. Yeah, she didn't like it, but she's happy now. She's doing her purr, purr, purr. Girl. Here, I have to cut this out, girly. Okay. There, I'm cutting out the arms and the pieces as I go after I sew them. This will make things go along quicker. Yeah. So I'm going to have to redesign the pattern a bit, keep it the same size, but I am going to redesign my pattern a little bit here. So I have to redo a new one because I've done made about 4 or 5 dolls out of this pattern. And now I have to create another one. Yes, my little papushka. Yes. I like, girl, you feel so good. Don't you look so beautiful and fluffy? Y'all remember how thin her fur got? I added a little apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, just a very little tiny, tiny bit, like a drop in her water and in her wet food. And I started giving her a probiotic, and now her fur, she is so thick and fluffy. She looks good and she feels good. Yes, her does. Little scooter bale. Okay. Now, the reason it's going so slow, you hear it. It's hitting. It's going really fast. It's because my stitch size is extremely small. I'm going to turn my cat around this way. Okay, there we go. There we go, Poopsie. Okay. Oh, you want to watch? Okay. Good thing is there's a guard. There we go. So this guard right here, while I'm sewing, okay, you can't see it. So this is a guard. So, and this right here. So these things protect for my cat, even though she's getting close and being nosy and curious, because she is a kitty. She can't get hit by the stitch. Okay. Why is my camera? Am I going to restart my computer? Dixie, your mom and daddy were not glass makers for sure, because you are not see-through. What in the world is this crap coming up on my computer? Okay, I need to restart my computer. Oh, snap. That's going to make all of this go out. How do I do that? My computer updated, and now I have to restart the computer, but it's going to make my light go out. And I don't like that. Oh, I know what I can do. Change the setting. So instead of mute, I can turn the volume, mute it there and not up here. Okay, that works. Yep. Okay. Oh my goodness, really? You just love making this so hard for me. You little Scooter. She has allergies in one eye. And she wants to lean against my sewing machine. Okay, puss. Oh, you just want to be all in front of this, don't you? Oh my god, I can't see. Come here, girl. I need to be able to see what I'm doing here. Also, my other 3 dolls that I've completed, if you look at the beginning of this video, you will see that even though I use the same pattern, they all look like a different size. Very much alike, and they're kind of different also. How that happened, I don't know. Okay. There we go. Move my pins. Okay, that looks good. Alright, then my pattern over there. Okay, so there's the leg. That's how it gets its shape. Alright. Now that leg is cut out. Set that aside with the 2 arms. Okay, there we go. Say hello. Say hello. Little Fritzy, Fritzy, Fritzy. Let them see how pretty you are. Okay. I'm bringing my light down. Okay. Now, after making about, I'm going to say 20 of these dolls, that's when I have to take my needle out and I have to throw this one away and put a new needle because it wears them down. And especially making this many holes, like super, super tiny, small holes. So you can see why, you know, so the paper, that's why now it's time for me to make a new pattern. Oh my goodness, my cat. Yes, honey, we see you very well, very clearly. She is just all comfortable. Say hello, Miss Cooterbell. Doesn't she look comfy? I mean, she's just all kinds of comfortable. And she does not want to move. I have got to readjust her. She's going to fall through my legs. All right, I'm lifting you up, girl. You done got all big and fluffy. And you're going to fall. You're going to fall between my legs. You're just going to fall straight through. And then you're going to probably scratch me. All right. Blanche, are you watching? All right. Take that off to the side. All right, set that over there. Okay. Here's the body. Now, if you notice the pattern, so I've made adjustments for the neck because the neck is going to go inside the doll's head like the previous dolls. And I've also made changes here with the lower half part of the doll and then the bottom part here. I made the template larger than the actual pattern. So I make changes with that. So on the sides it comes out down here. So it makes it a little more curvy. So yeah, that makes it more curvy. Like, you know, like moi, like me. You know, and if you live in the UK, you would call me obese. You would call me a fat girl because I'm a size 14 to 16. I'm a 14 in women's, yeah. And I'm a 16 in juniors. Oh, I'm a kitty, 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 kitty. I love your ears. So, I like to make my dolls curvy like me. I got a big butt. So, now we're going back on the normal template made of the pattern after I went around my adjustments. Okay. Oh, great. Okay, are you getting down? Is that a yes? Okay, there we go. Whew. Now I can get in here and really get focused. Okay, turn this up. Now, if you notice my little patterns where it says cut two, that's why I take a piece of the fabric, I pin it, I sew them together. Makes it easier, that way I know that they come out the same size. Alright, remove, pull this back. Perfect. Now, so that's how it looks, the finished sewing product. That's where I added on. I made this part a little bit longer. I am making, so my backpack that's coming that I'm going to be using for travel, for medical appointments and things like that. I am going to have my own, I am creating and designing a backpack doll. So this is the kind of doll you can have to go in your backpack. You can take it for traveling, things like that. To provide comfort, to help with anxieties and what have you, give you a sense of comfort. So that is the purpose and the point of these, starting with myself. So yeah, and my backpack, I think it'll be here tomorrow. So I'll show you how that looks. Also, Doreen from These Cabbies Dolls and Toys, she's made me some purse charm beads. Purse charms with beautiful kawaii beads for me to use on my backpack as well. So I am super excited about that. Alright, so there's that. How big is the opening? Oh my god, is it that little? Oh my god. I gotta pull all of this through that little bitty hole. Jeez. Alright, that's gonna be a challenge. Alright, now with this, where's the other part? Did it fall on the floor somewhere? Okay, so with this, I will be doing embroidery doll faces as well. Oh, with this, here it is. I will be doing embroidered doll faces when I find the other part of this. So, I will be doing it. That is new for me. I'm not going to do it with these. This is my fourth doll in this. I did five, but this is my fourth. So, let me grab it. So, this look for this particular face. Before I even put the head on the doll, I will be doing some dolls like this with embroidery done on the eyes, nose, eyebrows, the face, but not today. That is not going to happen right now. That's going to be later on. I'll see how well these do, and then I'll do that. I'll do more elaborated, more deluxe type dolls. So if this interests you, stay tuned. Are we doing it right? Yeah, so far. Okay, double checking my stitch. Perfect. So the chin would be more elaborate like the other doll head that you saw. So, for this, like I said, this is only a 4 doll collection in this particular one. And so they'll only be doing 4 dolls with this look. And I will not be doing another 4 to be exactly like this. Maybe similar, but not quite like it. I mean, you're looking at, these are completely hand custom. These are like completely hand designed, made at home, all of that. Nothing manufactured about it. And also, it doesn't mean I'm going to be able to get the same color of fabric in this quality of cotton in this color. That's definitely for sure because I don't have any more. And I don't know if they're going to get more in. Alright, great. We've got all the parts cut out. Let me think. I do not need... I can let my sewing machine take a break. Okay. Put her down under there. Where is that round? Oh my god. I'm looking for the rest of this piece. I had it last night. Now I don't know where I put it. Well, actually, I didn't go to bed until after 3 o'clock this morning because I was up and I was sewing. And I sewed until my cell phone died. And I didn't even know it was went out. So I had to put on glasses to see it close and then take them off. Where's the other part of that? Well, okay, it's inexpensive. So to make my patterns, I use freezer paper because it has a wax coating. So I can iron it onto the fabric. Okay. I can't believe it. I've gone through, wow, I may finish up the rest of my stuffing while I'm doing this. Okay. So I'm going to move my camera. I could move my camera, but then again, I could set it up like that. Okay. The little one. There's a lot of good things about making dolls and there's some bad things. The bad things is this fabric will dry out your cuticles. And I think I said this in a previous video. That's from simply where it's treated in a warehouse. And my mom, she used to work at a fabric store. And, you know, I remember complaining about my hands would always feel dry after it. And the owner of the fabric shop was like, that's because at the warehouse, they spray the fabric to prevent it from dry rotting. And they wrap the bulks of fabric into plastic. So it's treated to prevent it from dry rotting. So that is why newer cloth projects or like newer cloth dolls or quilts, all of that homemade stuff, that's how come now it lasts so much longer because they have ways to treat the fabric. Okay, this thing, my hand was hurting from using this so much until 3 o'clock this morning. Trying to get the right amount of stuffing into the doll's parts and things like that. Like arms, legs, head, and having to tight pack stuffing into the doll's neck. All that kind of stuff. I'm amazed at the number of your over 20,500 viewers. And I was like, wow. And it doesn't tell me until it ends. So I never know how many people watch. But I'm glad that people enjoy watching this type of content. As you can see, I got everything all laid out here. Should I have went ahead and stuffed this while I was doing, you know, why not? Just get it done and over with. One piece at a time instead of just flipping everything in and out. Just go ahead and flip it and then stuff it. And then all I have to do is put the piece together. I think this might help move things. This can help move quicker, I think. That way if I focus on each piece at a time. Okay. I want to send a special shout out to Miss LaRusi. I do miss her. Pain in the butt. But then I have to understand that fact too with our situation. Both of us deal with certain insecurities, and I think we were both didn't take into consideration and thoughtfulness. So it's an error on both ends. when you have a friend or you know someone, it's not always just one-sided. It takes two to cause a problem. So now is where I decide if I want to make this and make it where she's going to be oh my god, English girl, jointed elbow. So that would go right in here. And I think I am. I like the jointed elbow, but then again, let me see. This girl, I designed her with one bent arm and one straight arm. I kind of like that, but then let me see. Let me grab this girl. Okay. So as you can see, she has a more defined curve. You know, I did this on my sewing machine. Yeah, I do like the arms like this more. I think this is cuter. Yeah, because I could do a long sleeve and have like some little ruffle lace going across. I think that's cuter. So I only did one just for something different, variation with the straight arms. Well, one bent arm and one that goes straight. Either way, they will be equally as beautiful. My moderator got a fabulous haircut. She looks amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this like this because I am going to sew it. I'm trying to think. I think I'm gonna sew it going a little like that. So this way the curve going inward. Okay. I'll wait till I finish stuffing everything and then I'll put my sewing machine back up and do that. Someone was asking, they didn't see the whole video and they were like, how do you turn the pieces inside out when they're that small? This is how, with stats. This is a small stat that I use to pull my fabric inside out. Okay, use the small end of the wooden stick. There's her thumb. Alright, I did lotion a very thick, I used that Nivea on my fingers last night, but I think tonight I will have to definitely. What is today? No, it's still early in the week. I need to redo my nails. I will before Friday. Now I'll switch to the smaller end. Get a little stuffing into her thumb. Now, if you're wondering why it looks like I'm putting in so much stuffing and then I end up with just a little, it's because I'm packing it tight. I like my doll to be very, very firm. So I pack a lot of stuffing and I pack it very tight. So this way the doll is very firm. I'm also going to probably take Mod Podge. I'm going to probably take some of this when I'm done and go around the seams. It's a water-based glue, sealer, or finish. So I will use this probably when I'm done to go around the seams. But I haven't decided because honestly they look great the way they are. And I don't want it to change the color of the fabric. But this will work great if I did it on the faces before I paint them. The best advice I can tell anyone is go out, buy some pajamas. I don't care if you buy 2 pair of the same pajamas. If it's comfortable, it's what you like, get it. Being comfortable, because you will be setting, moving around a lot. And you want to be as comfortable. Look at that. See? She's a fabric doll, but giving you fashion doll type, curves with the wrist, the shape of the hands, the way this, like a real arm. Yeah, I love that. That's what I love. Okay, these are about the same size. And it still works. It doesn't have to be exactly on point perfect. It's, oh my God, that one's gonna be the hard part because the hole is so tiny. I might as well do it and get it over with. Ugh. If I can fit it through. I hope so. Okay, let's see. We're doing it. We are going to do it. It's like trying to pull a baby out of a belly button. Not that I know from experience. I want to say hi to Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Give Muffy a hug and a kiss for me. Miss you terribly. Oh my gosh, I miss you so much. You're such a sweetheart. And I miss having conversations with you and stuff. I haven't talked to her in so long. Oh my goodness. Oh. And that is why I sew such a tight stitch. But this is also, again, like I said, it's a medium. It's not a thin cotton fabric. It's a medium cotton fabric, so it's thicker. Okay, get them shoulders out. Okay, this is the lower part of the doll's body where the legs get attached. All right. Oh, that looks good. There we go. Oh, that's right. I'm stuffing at the same time. I'm not going to stuff the body with a lot because I have to sew the legs on. Sitting here thinking, I like the way I did the last one last night. Oh my God, can I get it? There it is. So right now I'm doing my first edition of only 5. Now I only have 3 because I'm keeping 1. So yeah, I only have 3 left in this edition. My next edition I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do maybe 4. I'm doing just small editions of 4 of each type, but I'm doing Halloween edition. I'm going to be doing some Halloween versions. They're going to be cute, sweet, like dress up Halloween. Yeah. Alright, I'm bringing the stuffing from the bottom to the top. So when I sew the legs on, I will sew the legs on before I finish adding all the stuffing into the doll. See how tight that stitch is? Look at that. That is a super tight stitch. Yeah. Alright, now I can set that aside. These are the larger sets. They're slightly curved. There. Use those to push that down. See, all that stuffing, all of it, it went right only into the foot. And this is how when you see people making homemade dolls, that's why they charge a lot. The materials, all of these materials, supplies that you need to do this, everything adds up. The threads, the needles, the stats that have two different kinds, the scissors, the fabric, driving there, getting there, oh my gosh, or even ordering online. It all adds up. That's why I show real timing when I'm doing or making something, making a doll, doing crafting. That's why I don't edit my videos. This way you see real time and how long it takes, how much time it takes, how many supplies I have to use with painting a doll or making a doll. You know, it's not something you can do. It takes a lot of time as well. You're looking at, look how many hours it takes. So when I readjust my pattern, what I'm going to do is, um, for the foot, I think I'm going to make this part slightly bigger. I'm going to make the knee about this, keep it about the same, and make this part slightly bigger. So to be like a little more curvy. So I have a little more variation. I have like this size, like this, And I also have one where the foot is slightly more rounded. The ankle stay the same, but this part will be more bigger. The calf will be a little more bigger. The knee stays the same, and this will be bigger. So to give a more curvy and shapely appearance. So that's for what we call, well, I guess we'll call that the next round. The next edition. Even though I did it slightly more this time around. So now that it's coming stuffed, you can see, with the foot, the ankle, the calf, the knee area, which will be smaller once I do the little stitch in the knee. So I can't stuff it too much because it won't be able to do it right without ripping something, fabric or what have you. Okay, I don't know, maybe I should just leave it like it is and just do two very small dots where you barely notice it in the knee. And even here, that'll be cute, here and here, to give it that more ballet slipper shape, ballet leg shape. Okay. So, from here down, I make it very firm. Here, it's firm, but not as firm as all this, because it's super packed. All of that is super packed. And then here it becomes firmer and more slightly squished. And here it becomes more squished. The reason why is so that the dog can actually sit. That would, give her some portability so she can actually sit down. Still looks good and makes it functionable. That's one thing about when it comes to designing, knowing how to do it. Okay. So like turn this way, it's a right leg, flip it over, and then there's the left leg. Okay, I'm gonna set that up there. Let's turn this around. My cat is making biscuits in her bed. I had to wash her bed and her blanket for her. That way she would get in it. Now that I washed it, now she'll lay in it and enjoy herself. She is quite spoiled. That reminds me, I can make pets for my dolls out of felt, but not now. Not at this moment. Right now I'm focused on these. We will see what the future holds. All right. All right, get all of that stretched out. I'm sitting here thinking, so with my additions like this is a small, for all of my additions would be small additions for $4, $4 to $5 in one addition. So after these, which is almost complete, because the three that are available over there on the floor, after that I will be doing a Halloween edition, and I'm only going to do poly. maybe 3 or 4 dolls in that edition. Two alike of each, two different kinds, and just be two alike. I think I'm going to number them, so my signature will be on the back bottom, and it will have a number and the year. And that's what these are for. So if you look up micron, fine, yeah, and you will see here on the back the waterproof, chemical and fade resistant, bleed free, fast drying. So yeah, that's very important. So these are made to do those details with fabric dolls. All right. Okay, let me see this leg. Okay. But you know, I really, after making it, I really do like this size. It's a perfect size. It's not too big. It's not too thin. You know, it's really a perfect doll size leg for these dolls at this height. Hmm. So I don't know. I'll play around and see what happens later. So yeah, I like that. Because I thought it was just a fabric doll. Okay, legs are done. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, so we're going to get ready to get the legs sewn, but I'm debating, you know, I should probably finish up the arms and get that done and over with. The head, that can be done last. Oh, that reminds me, I have to turn the inside out. Oh, I didn't do the face thing on first with another template. Okay. Set all this aside. Okay. Do it. Let me see this. it like that, yeah. Alright, so super fine stitched, and now her arms will have that bendability once I stuff them. Okay, in this one, I'm gonna have it turned slightly that way. Okay, perfect. Feels good to be getting back to my roots. I love making cloth dolls because, again, it's how I got into dolls, making my own and becoming artistic and painting American Girl dolls. Somehow this led me up to it. And now I'm known as the OG of American Girl painting. It's funny, we never see ourselves the way other people do. Well, we never see ourselves the way other people see us. That is most certain. So, take my chair down. There we go. All right. I need my water. Okay. Keep my buttons up front. I do like the buttons. I don't know. It's a personal preference. I just like it. No particular reason. Okay, can I use any of these pieces? Oh, that's already got the needle connected. Oh, that's for the head, so I can use that. Move that big needle. Alright, so I can use, oh, there's a little one. Okay, that's a smaller needle. Perfect. Oh, that's different. Alright, so I can use this embroidery on my doll here. Is this long enough to use? Not really. What am I going to sew with this? Nothing, because of the needle. It's not like a little needle, so throw that away and rethread it. Going through my little scraps here while I'm talking to you, but also to give you an idea of, you know, certain lengths of strings and pieces that you can and can't use. Make sure you keep something to drink with you. I prefer water, it's the best. Okay. That's right, the slip arms and everything else. Alright, let's go ahead and get some rest of the stuffing in here because I have to stuff her head. Get in here like that. Okay. Alright. Put scissors there. Alright, we got our stats. nicely shaped out. There we go. I want this part of the yarn to be packed because it's where I will add a button to go through. Not that one. I'm using the one with just 2 holes. So I will add the button to go through. Which is cute because I can always paint this. Oh, I can paint it to match the skin color. That's a good idea. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should actually paint the buttons before I do that. Because I kept looking for like this color of button, like a beige button. And couldn't find any, of course. Couldn't. But now I thought about that. I think I'm going to do that real quick. Let me set these things aside. Let me see. What do I have close to beige? I do have skin tones and things like that. I can do a special mix of colors. So let me see. Let me grab a few paints. Let me play with this. Let me grab 2 buttons. What I'm gonna have to do though, I'm gonna have to put I'm gonna have to sand this. So what I'll do is take this, rough it up to get the shininess off. Did it do anything? Yeah. Awesome. Great. That one's done. Now this one, oh my goodness. Now you see what I mean? See how much work goes into making doll making? There it is. Okay, got the shininess off. So now I'm actually going to paint them to match the color. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to need matte sealer. Oh god, that's going to take a while to dry too. It's worth it, so whatever. In the end, I always know it's worth it. Because if it wasn't, the idea would not have just developed in my head. Look at the skin. Okay, I can add some white with this. Alright, let's play with some color here. I only need 1 drop of each color. I'm using warm beige. Yeah, well, that looks more peach to me. I'm using a little, you'll see me mix the colors. This is my favorite sable brown. Sable brown. Sable! Get back in your sail! Alright, we got a little white. I think it's what they call Snow White, titanium white. I'll show you in a moment. Okay, yeah, snow, titanium white. So that way I'm showing you the colors that I'm using. Let me see. It doesn't matter the brush. So, you know, I can use a funky brush that I kind of messed up. Like this one. It's all sprucey. Oh, great. Luckily, I have a little jar of water here. I have to keep it separate because if it, God knows I do not want to be drinking that. Okay, so I'm mixing this. Definitely some white. Now, I don't need an exact color, you know, just enough so that the button's not white. Like white, it's ghost white. Now, I'm doing a little dot. That little dot makes a huge difference. See that? Oh my god, we're almost there. Let's mix all the rest of this white in with this. Okay, that works for me. Okay, I'm going to put it on the napkin. That way it's not going to be jumping everywhere. Okay, there we go. So, you know, using an old one, put my napkin. Oh, there we go. Okay, okay. I knew I was going to end up having to do this. You know what that means? I'm going to have to do this to all the other dolls I've already made. Okay, let me add a little more white in this. Alright, I can drop y'all. Add a little more white because I need it to match that better. I may have to add a little more of the sable brown as well to give it a more beigey look. So now I kind of got the idea of what I need to do. Add a little more tan. There we go with this white because I need it to be more of a dark color, like a sand. What we call beach sand color, basically. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, this looks good. Now, I have to make it lighter because when this dries, it's going to be darker. It will dry darker. Okay, there we go. Buttons painted. I'm done. I don't care how it looks. Either way, it's going to look better than what it was. So that's for sure. Let me grab a doll over here. Okay, girly. Alright, so I'm going to grab her. Don't y'all like that face? Just imagine when it's done. So, I'm just going to have to paint on it. Either way, once her dress is on, it all works out. Little homemade details. That looks so much better than just a white. Okay, not on camera, but oh well. Now, that other little part that you saw with the fabric, it looked like that's where the knot was. But when that dries, it'll be darker. Okay. Also, that's glossed. There. I'll show you when it's dry. Definitely looks better. And I know it's not showing up on camera. But what I need to do very quickly is... Where did I put my sandpaper? No, is this it? Okay, this one's it. Alright. Oh my god. Oh. Well, I just took her arm off. Oh well. You know what? It's fine. There we go. Alright. So, we got her buttons off. We reset her arms, which is fine. I'm glad it happened now. But either way, I know that I will not paint. I mean, I won't paint it on the doll again. I will do this before. And I'll probably end up doing all my buttons. Okay, there we go. Now I'll set that one aside. And I can just redo how I gotta get the gloss off because the glossiness prevents the paint from sticking, and I'm gonna do a matte sealer. Okay. I only need to do one layer. Doesn't matter if the paint covers up a hole. It's thin, it's sheer, doesn't matter. Once you start threading it, it will go through. So, don't be discouraged. Okay, and here we have our other doll. I don't know, I think she's fine. I really don't want to sand her. I don't want to redo her arms, so it doesn't take away from her cuteness. So yeah, see? So I'm not doing her. I'll leave her arms the way they are. So those 3 dolls will be available once they're done. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and use my stats, which I probably shouldn't with this. I don't even know if it's hitting the button. Doesn't feel like it. Well, there go my nails. Okay, yeah, they're matte. Okay, got it. Set that one there. Now you need a friend. Okay, we can do it like that, but it keeps falling out of my hands. They're little suckers. Okay, use this side. All right, there we go. We got both of those done. Perfect. Oh, yeah, yeah. This color looks much better compared to just basic white. But I'm going to need to give it a more beige underbase. So I add this, add a little bit of sable brown. Mm, there, that looks more beigey. It's still, well, it's going to dry darker, so, oh wow, that looks too dark. That's okay. I'm going over the other buttons because I like this color better. Even if it's darker, it's fine. It's giving me a good base. Now I've got 1, 2, 3. That's enough for 3 doll arms. So that's like, oh no, it's not. So an extra doll because I forgot the other one. Her arms came off, which is fine. The sandpaper sponge, it basically, it's very strong and it ripped her thread. So the sandpaper would do that. It's very high duty. I use the industrial strength. Okay, there we go. We're adding another layer on the buttons. Loosen up my buttons, baby. I like that song by the Pussycat Dolls. Alright, there we go. We got our buttons painted. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but better. So either way, it's going to be a better match compared to what it was as I'm looking. Maybe I should go a little bit lighter since I did get it beigey. Maybe I should have just used the sable brown with the white. Welcome to the world of doll making, everyone. I'm looking at the colors. Yeah, we're going lighter. There we go. Doesn't matter how many layers you put on. It doesn't matter if the paint underneath is not dry because it's going to blend together like this. And once your doll's dressed, you're really not going to see the buttons. But they're going to be cute. And that's the important thing. And I'm adding buttons because, I don't know, I like it. It feels kind of like an anchor that attaches the doll's arms together. So I just take my needle, pop that sucker through, and attempt to move my buttons onto the plate. Oh my God. The needle doesn't want to be my friend. It wants to stick to the paper towel because it's very sharp. Come on. There we go. Oh wow, yeah, that's a good color. So see the paint is on the end of the needle. And look when I get close, it matches the doll skin color. So that dries, it's gonna look fine. It's gonna look very good. It's gonna blend. So yay, not worried. I wasn't worried. Was you worried? I wasn't worried. As long as I've been doing doll making, definitely not worried. Okay, we're gonna set this on top of my keyboard. My back hurts. All right. Set my supplies over here. Where's the other arm? Alright, we are going to stuff the other arm, set it aside. Then I'm going to sew the legs onto the body here. And yeah, that's all done by hand. Alright. All that cotton just goes into this one little part. Alright, I'm going to use my stick to fill in the top corners of her shoulder of her arm to make it nice, smooth, rounded, and pack it. Okay, there it is. Now for the lower half. Okay. Now, let me check the other one, make sure I'm not overstuffing. I think I kind of did overstuff a little bit. Fine, I'll stuff more in this one. Okay, now I'm ready to sew that up. Not that needle. Pick your needle. So I'm using 2 needles. This is a doll making needle. You can buy these at Walmart. You can buy these online. They're very long needles, like that. They come in, this is a smaller size. They come in different sizes. And I'm also using this needle as well, which is about, I don't know how many inches. I'm not good at counting inches. And I'm using upholstery thread. And why do I use upholstery thread instead of regular thread? It's stronger. Basically, that's the main reason, is because it's stronger and it will stand the test of time. When I am painting an American Girl doll, if I'm designing and creating my own doll like this, I want to make something that will last. Something that can stand the test of time. Because I won't, you know? My dolls will last longer than me. And I don't mean that in a sad way, it's just the truth. Time here is temporary. And so that's why I believe in doing what you love now and living your life to be happy. Okay. push all that other stuff in. Now close it. There. Okay. Cut that off. Put that over there. Now, as you notice, I poured this in the back of the arm. There. Because when I cut it, it goes inside the doll's arm, and you don't have that hanging out. Even if that is the back of the arm right here, doesn't matter. That's a part of having a hand-stitched doll, and, you know, those little things show that she's homemade. So her arm will go on, and the arm's going to go like that way, sort of a tilt like that toward the inside of her body, kind of like Barbie's arms do. You'll see. Okay, this one looks much better and easier to do. Push that out the way. All right. See, I'm doing a double knot. And I just take my needle, go over twice like that, and pull it through. And down. And what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to cut my thread shorter, and I'm going to shove it inside the arm with the stuffing. I keep thinking this is a ladder stitch. Do not quote me, because I learned all the stitches, but I do not remember them. Lots of memory loss since my car accident. Alright, so when you close it, it's pretty much sealed. Yay! I know that sounded so enthusiastic. Not. Okay, so I'm going to come back up here. gonna go through here twice. This is the same way of making a double knot, like that, double knot. I'm gonna do it again. I was gonna do my 3-mile walk today. Okay, rub the fabric, and there it is. Ta-da! Okay, so figure out what arm goes where. Looks like her arms are going to be going outward like that. Is that right? No. Yeah. Oh, I did that. Okay, so her arms. Decisions. Okay, we're gonna do our arms where they go in like this. Yeah. Make sure I keep those over there like that. Perfect. Now let's finish stuffing her body. Oh, my back hurts. All right. My fault. I made the hole too small. You see the time? See how long it takes to make a doll and not even finish it? It's almost 2 hours. Okay. Now to the side. I'll let that be the back. This can be the front. Great. Let's get the legs sewn on. Yeah, there's enough on here to do that. Okay. Yeah, this is the right way. Okay, so this leg will go on the other outer side. I will need to cut some of that. Wait, no I don't. Do I? Yeah. So I'm folding fabric from the inside. So here we go. Alright. Double stitch. Double knot stitch, sorry. Double stitch is like crocheting, I think. Okay, now a single knot. Okay, got it. And I can just let that be sewn onto the doll's body with all of this. Okay, now for the other leg. Making sure I got it right. Yeah, that looks right. So if I turn this over, yep, that's right, that's correct. Okay, so I have to take that. All of the raw edges would be folded inside, so see how it's doubled? The fabric is doubled in there. And I have to do it at an angle because this part would be more folded than up here. Okay. And hold that right there. Perfect match. All right. Make sure her legs are going to be the same length. They are pretty much. That's good enough. This is done by hand, not by factory. I mean, you have to allow for some imperfection when it comes to a homemade doll. I mean, seriously. Craftsmanship, yes, can be very well done, of course, but I think when you're looking at a doll that is hand-stitched, homemade, things like that, I mean, look at the time of my life that I'm actually spending into making this doll. And I don't know, slight imperfections is what makes it human made, not mechanically made or AI made or done in a factory with machines completely. And I'm showing you how I do it. Now I'm going to have to double knot this. Okay, and I'm going to rethread it because I'm going to go around here twice. I'm not going to flip it around the other way because it's going to make it easier. Once the doll is fully stuffed, it'll make it easier for this part of her. So that'll be the front. So it's going to make it easier for her to sit like this in a sitting position. Besides, for this series of dolls I'm making, I will be making underwear, like bloomers. You know, the little baggy kind. So she'll have some more is it a petticoat? No, not petticoat, but like little underwear things. Okay, I need to switch my lighting over here. There we go. Perfect. And I'm going to continue my knot over here. Okay, perfect. That's done. Now, because I'm not coming back at this end, what I'm going to do is, you know that invisible stitch stuff they got? It's not invisible stitch, it's really just glue. There, I'm using gel It's amazing the stuff you can use this on. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to stitch all the way across to the other side. Now that I know that this doll's legs are super secure to her body, because it's double threaded needle with upholstery thread, which is nylon. It's super strong nylon. And I'm overlapping the stitches in the opposite direction. And this will be hidden underneath once she's fully stuffed with polyfiber fill. Yeah, it covers all of that pretty much. All right, now double stitch, double knot, double knot. All right, another double knot. Yep, I'm doing, and I'm good because I'm gonna glue the double knot. I do that because I just want to make sure it's not gonna ravel, and all that stitching. So you ever see that invisible stitch, or no, not invisible stitch, but unfrail, a fray ray. It prevents fraying. It's the same thing as glue. Super fray or non-fray, whatever they call that stuff is. All right, so there it is. Her legs are now attached to her body. Now let's get her fully stuffed. Wait, let me get rid of all these little pieces that are up here that are be in my way. Set that to the side with my scraps. Oh, let's take a look at my buttons. Look at that. Look at my buttons. Ooh, they match the fabric. Oh, darn. Sealer. Oh, I thought I was done. I thought I was out of the woods on that one. All right. So I'm going to use Matte Sealer by Folk Art. Okay. There we go. All right. There we go. Apply a nice thick layer of this matte sealer. There we go. Don't worry, it's waterproof, non-sealant, but then again, it's just a fabric doll. You're not going swimming with her. This doll is meant for comfort, to hug, to sleep with, to sit on the bed, take her to therapy, or some of you may have a family member, who is in a facility. This is perfect for them to give them a companion, something to hold on to, so that they don't feel alone. I know my grandmother had a doll. My aunt, who unfortunately lost her battle to dementia. My cousins, they got her a big size doll to carry with her, and I forgot what she named the doll, but it was such a huge support for her while she was in the rest home until she went to hospice. And so it's important to make dolls like this. Homemade dolls will always be important for people of all ages. And I don't know. I think of my dad's sister, my aunt, who passed of dementia, and she had this homemade cloth doll that was her companion throughout the last years of her life. And it's amazing how dolls can provide companionship for elderly people and people with all ages, especially homemade dolls. When you're looking at something like this or any other, you know, loneliness can be very trying sometimes and difficult with life. So it's good to have something that can provide you with companionship. And some of us just love dolls in general. It's like myself. Always have, always will. Alright, we're getting her stuff good. Okay. Now I'm going to move some of this out the way. Push it all into the corners. Okay, her arms are jumping off the table, which is fine. Alright. So I'm getting into los rincones, which means getting down into these little corners. Oh my gosh, how much stuff? Okay, yeah, I got enough. I'm good. Making sure I got enough for her head. I can't believe I'm almost done with this huge box of stuffing. I got another box at my mom's in my closet there. Oh, she would love it if I already had some of these already pre-made and went and stayed a few days. I'll do that when the weather changes. Well, no, I'll do it once I get rid of more stuff. Now I'm going to turn her on this way and try to get more stuffing. So here's the front of my doll. See the stitching? So now she can sit properly. Here she is on the back. And so that'll have her bum so she can sit properly. I think I'm going to paint her some little ballet slipper shoes. I'm going to keep this one. This one I'm going to keep for myself. And I'm going to play around with it. So when I'm keeping one for myself, it means that I'm going to experiment with it with you. So you get to see that process and how I experiment. I'm doing this to build up my vision, my eye vision, so it can get clear from surgery. Because I have a few American Girl dolls of my own that I want to repaint. I also have a few that I'm okay with letting go of as well. Alright, get all up in this corner. So let me switch that stick around. Yeah, we gotta get that packed all the way up there. A lot better than what it is. Now, if I had real cotton, this would pack so much quicker. Definitely. It's my air conditioner making burping sounds or gargling or something. I don't know what that thing is doing up there. Okay, now more stuffing. Now the neck I make extra long because half of this will be inside the doll's head to attach it. Remember that. Alright, so now I'm going to work on this here before I close her up. You know, I think my dad has an aunt. Her name is Rebe, and she makes dolls as well. In fact, she has her own shop. Alright, there we go. She has a beautiful shop. It's really a trailer. Like, she took a mobile home, gutted it out, and turned it into a doll shop and a flower shop. And I think now it's two trailers connected, and she turned it into like with antiques and stuff. Okay, so that looks nice and smooth where I made this larger. I made this slightly longer through here, up in this area. I made it wider here, and I made it longer to give a more curvy shape. So I think that's why I'm keeping this one. This one's going to be my backpack doll charm. Not doll charm, but my backpack doll. She's going to go with me on little trips, visits, and things like that. That's what the purpose of the backpack is. You'll see, you'll see. Don't worry, I'll keep you all updated when it gets here and then show you. And I cannot have a backpack, and it's cute. It's a kawaii backpack. So it's purple, not like a dark purple, like the colors that I got. It's got plaid and everything. It comes with some kind of charm, backpack charm, like the ones that Doreen makes from these Cabby's Dolls and Toys. But I talked with her on the phone, and I was like, you know what? I'd rather have some of your beads. I'd rather have your beads. And she showed me some, and I was showing her my colors, and I was like, yes, yes, yes. So I'd rather show off her. I would rather have hers because I know her personally, and I love the quality. I love what she does. She's such a sweetheart. She really is. That's why I love collaborating with her. Oh, that reminds me, Friday night, everyone, I will be collaborating with D's Dolls and Toys. Yeah, that is this Friday night. I think we're going to come on between 7 and 8. I better get the 411 from her on that. I think we're going 7. Yeah, we're going to do 7. So yeah, we'll be doing that live on her channel. And this doll will be completed then, so I get to show you. We're going to share our goodies. All right. And now I'm going to press all of that and start pulling. Yep, there it is. Now it's all closed up and it matches. So now there's her body shape. Oh, I gotta give her a belly button. Oh my goodness, it just never stops. Okay, I'm gonna go in on that side, and then I'm gonna go right back on up, somewhere up here. Okay, that'll work. There. So now I'm going to do her knot right about there. Okay. Make sure that's good and tight. Double knot and be done. So now I'm going to come back in through here, come out there, pull, cut, rub, there. Now it's inside, so it's not sticking out. Alright, so I am going to hit here with a little touch dot of my gel glue. There we go. This way the knot will never come loose. Quality is everything. Quality is everything. Alright, so let's check on these buttons. How are things looking? Okay, there's that one. I'm looking ones that look dry. Okay, that's not quite dry. Doesn't matter, it will be in a few moments, so I'll set it on top here so it can dry before I attach her arms. Okay, so what I'm going to do in the meantime while I'm waiting for the buttons to finish drying, now I'm going to use my shorter needle. I'm going to touch up her knees. Oh, let me remove this thread from that needle because I don't want to be using a bunch of needles. Okay, hold that like that. There, now it's in. I'm not going to double thread it. Let me see. I'm not going to do anything on her legs. You know why? Because I'm going to do some paint work on her feet. But I am going to do something to give her knees. Yeah, we're going to give her some little cute little knees. So I'm going to go, you know. Oh, yeah, this would be fine. Do it like this. Keep it cute. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to tie it. Now this I will have to hit a spot of glue. There we go. Now she has some knees. There. Alright, so that looks cute. And hit that with just a little dot of gel glue. Take my wooden stick and gently press. There. Now it's in. Okay. Great. And where's that button? Okay. Now for the other side. So yeah, before I was doing YouTube, I was doing this. I was making my own dolls. Okay, there. Oh, so now she's got some knees. They're not supposed to be perfect, but they look, you know, more realism. I was going to do the ankle area here, but I'm not because I'm going to paint sort of like a lavender ballet slipper that's going to match the backpack. Okay. Oh, belly button. Let me see. Can I do it with that? Yeah, she doesn't need nothing big. So we give her a little belly button. The only reason I'm doing a belly button is because, I don't know, I think it's cute with a homemade doll. Nothing fancy or anything like that. I think it just adds cuteness to a homemade doll. There. Now she has a belly button. Okay, that's cute. No, I'm not going to do anything else because, she is, just a simple little country girl. So I'm not going to add any like other realistic like things. I know some people like Cabbage Patch Kids. They got their bum, things like that. I'm not doing that with this doll. I want to keep her cute and simple. I'm going with simplicity, cute simplicity. But what I am going to do, I will be signing the back side of the doll, give you an example of what I was talking about. And I'm using these, and I'm going to use the medium size pen. Okay. All right. There. I was able to write that perfectly. Okay. So, I was waiting on the buttons to dry. I'm going to keep this out. Let me get rid of some of these little strings, these little threads that are in the way. I'm leaving the past behind. Okay, there are my buttons for her arms are dry. So, let me see. Look at that. Let me see how that looks. That works out. That's much better than, let's do a comparison. There we go. Before and after. Much better. Definitely. So I have to sand the top of the buttons, and then I will have to paint them from now on. Oh, isn't that just lovely? Not really. I'm just being a little sarcastic about it. Okay, so let me think. Are these, how was I going to do the arms? Like that? No. Like that? No. Oh my goodness. Okay, like that. Got it. Got it. Arms go like that. Okay. Is this enough for the arms? Don't. I don't think so. Double go. No. I can hold on to that something else. But it's not enough. Ah, here we go. Thank goodness I got this Oh, y'all can't see it. So there. This is the gloss. This here one's a new floss. It matches the color better, considering I didn't take it with me. Okay. And now bring this up and back right about here as I am preparing the floss. Yeah, for the arms, I want to have it thick. I'm going to probably run it through about twice. And then it takes the most of this floss because it's really thick. And I'm doing a double it for the arms and the head. Yeah. Okay. So let me attach this right there. And I don't want to, yeah, I am going to, darn. You know what? I think I'll come in through here and then bring it, oh, there we go. Do it like that. Okay. And now, alright, I'm going to go to there and run this right about through here. Go up, nope, go up a little. Yeah, wait. I think that'll work. That'll look pretty good. Alright, let's pause there. Okay. So, there we go. Take a button like that. Now run it through here and see where we come out. Oh, that was very well done. Can I get it through into the next hole by luck? Almost. Oh my gosh, we got it. It's going through. Look at that. No, it's very hard to get that done on the first go. Lots of practice, 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 practice. There we go. Get it pulled in. Perfect. The arm is now... Look at that coloring. Oh my gosh, it worked out great. It matches. Okay, so now I have to... Darn, I'm going... I need this to go in, out through this area. Huh. So let me see, can I do it? We are about to find out. There it is. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I did it. I simply can't believe it. Okay. Give it a nice tug. Alright. Now run it back through for the last time. And there it is. Got it in. Perfect. Now, how am I going to take this and get it there? Oh my god, I didn't do enough. wow, that looks good. And her arms bend like that. Okay, that works. Oh my god. Okay, relax. I have to pull this tight. I gotta get the needle. Pull it in now so I can get the needle to go through this hole to go into the back of the arm. Yes. Yes. We did it. We did it. Oh yes. That I'm good. That works. Alright, so now I'm going to cut that and I'm going to tie this in the back because this thread is very thick. Alright, and I am going to apply a little glue on it to make sure it's not going to come undone or anything like that. I don't know why this string is so expensive. It's crazy. I mean, this stuff used to be like 33 cents and now they're charging like almost $1 for one. Alright, I got my little glue. Use my little wooden stick. There we go. Blend it. Get that gel glue blended in. So now that is permanent. It's okay. It's in the back of the arm. It's hidden. You have to go hunting for it. So if you get one of my dolls, I'm pretty sure you're going to go hunting for it. You could be like, oh, that's what she was picking at. Oh my goodness. I love it. Okay, this is great. Homegirl's looking good. She's healthy. She's not too skinny. I love it. Yeah. And she can sit down properly. Well, let her get her head on first, and then it'll help. Oh my God. Okay, loving this. I'm really loving this. Yeah. So this is going to be my doll I carry. This is what I'm keeping because I want to. Look at that. We got that button painted the right color. Well, that's one thing about being a doll artist. I was able to get it done the right color. It works. Where do you see her dress? Oh my God, it's going to be adorable. This is what I'm using for her dress. Her dress is going to be purple plaid. Yeah, this is everything I use is 100% cotton. You see that? Yes, has to be. So anyway, this sold at Walmart like that. I grabbed that one. This is going to be her ruffle. So she's going to have a cute dress, that's going to come around it's going to come around like that. Come around the front and here. And then right in here, it's going to have the longer part of the dress. It gathers and has a flow. And then it's going to come here, but down through this much. The purple here, I'm going to make a ruffle. So it's going to be a fabric ruffle. I'm going to do it all live, so you will get to see it. She's going to have cute ruffles to go around. I'm also going to make a small ruffle to go on the top, across the top of her shoulder that's going to go around. So it's going to be ruffled to go around that part of her dress. I'm also going to make a sash this color as well. And to top it all off, her hair, that's right. We haven't got to the hair. This is going to be her hair. She's going to have birthday party color. She's got some lavender. And she's going to have all of this. All these will be blended to make her hair. Yarn hair. And guess what? She's also going to have a hair bow. So we will probably give her this hair bow. She's gonna love lavender. So I'm gonna give her a hair bow like this. Aren't these pretty? So all of my dolls I'm making, each one is going to have a hair bow like this in her hair. There we go. So I got to show those details. Don't worry, everything is gonna be done in different steps, and you will get to join me for the ride. So if you're not a subscriber, do subscribe, do hit the bell so you can receive all notifications so you can join me and watch me do this live. Now, before I put her head on, I have to stuff it, all of that stuff. But before I stuff it, I need to draw her face, kind of, sort of like that. Because this is it, and she ain't got no face yet. Oh my God. I have to turn it inside out before I do. Then I have to iron it, and I'm going to do that behind the scenes. So, before I do that, I'm going to pull out my blush. See that CoverGirl Cheekers? Yeah, it's real blush. Classic, number 110 pink. I use this on Barbie. I use this on American Girl. I also use this on my cloth dolls. So I'm grabbing a Q-tip like you see lying around up here. I'm going into the corner like that. I'm going to go around her belly button a little bit. Yep, underneath like that. Use this hair side. Rub it in. Ta-da! Isn't that cute? Oh. Alright, anyway, moving on. We're going to brush our hands a little bit. You know, get them a little color to make it cute. I like blush. It's more pigmented. Alright, so now I'm going to the other hand and do the same thing. It's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. I never try to do perfection. I'm just trying to do realism. Not too much realism. You know, I still want to like a cloth doll. I'm not trying to do a doll that looks like she's going to come to life. I want something just, you know, these little pretty pink colors and things like that. Okay, so now when our hands are together, she's got blushing. So we're going to give her a little blushing in here, even though it probably won't be noticeable, but it doesn't matter. It's there. Not a lot, just a little. Okay, there. Now I can see it. Where else? Ah, the knees, of course. Give her a little color on her knees. Ta-da! There we go. Oh, isn't that cute? I like that. See, it's with me, with my design work, I combine a fashion doll and a cloth doll. So she's got the shape of a leg, you know, things like that. Again, I would be painting her shoes on. Oh my God, I could do painted underwear. Cute little painted underwear to match outfit. Oh my gosh. I just thought about that. That would be cute. I think I would rather do that. Yeah, I think I might do that. I think I might paint her underwear. Oh, well, I can redo that. Or I can just make some underwear. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I think I'd rather paint them. It's different. It's something unique. Alright, let me see this. I need to cut her head open to turn it inside out. That's part of doll making. Alright, I'm going to cut this side because I can see the pencil mark and I don't know if it'll show through. Okay. Here we go. There. Okay. Let me check my battery. Oh, great. My battery's getting low. Okay, that's fine. Because what I can do is, y'all have the video is up how I attach the heads. So what I'll do is pre-pencil how I'm going to do the face before I do the head, and I'll get that all situated and done. And then when I start the video up again, I'll do it where I am working on getting her face on and the hair. So yeah, in the meantime, I'll go ahead and end since I need to charge up my phone. So as you can see, the shape of the face is pretty there. She's got a cute little chin. It's all about how I fill it in. So yeah. All right. So there we go. I'm gonna have to iron that. Anyway, here's her body. She's got a cute little belly button. She's got body blushing on the knees also. And of course on her hands, you know, just to add cuteness. Not really realistic looking or realism, but just to make her look authentic and cute. Yeah. So, and the painted buttons, that worked out really good. Oh, by the way, the reason why I use buttons, see, her arms can go up. They're posable, see? So she can sit, but also the arms can go up and the arms can stay up, look, and come down. So she's posable. She's like a, you know, it's a cloth fabric fashion doll, and her arms can hold their pose. And then bring them back down. Go up and down. Ta-da! So that all works out pretty well. Awesome. All right. Thank you all for joining. I will see you soon. I am going to do some more preparations and take a break, stretch. And yeah, so when I come back, when I do come back live, I'm going to try to do it tonight because I want to get this doll finished as soon as possible so that I can make her dress, get her hair on. So next live, I will be doing face and hair. So I will see you then.